Back on the Chamber Report, time now for our member profiles segments. It's an opportunity for you to find out who some of the many members of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce are. First up, Angela Obert. She is the franchise owner of a business called Network in Action, Minnesota. Angela, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I talked about you being a rock star volunteer, and I'm going to bring up the last chamber board meeting that we were at, and that was the meeting in March. So the board has a lot of initiatives that started last September when we started our planning session. Our fiscal begins in October, but in September the board gets together and starts dreaming and yakking. What do we want to do? So there's all these different things, and we kind of put those into segments throughout the year to check some boxes. So we have quite a few boxes to check, and during those meetings, I'm talking to the board of directors going, okay, well, maybe we need a subcommittee. As an example, we have a membership drive that we are in the process of planning, and who wants to do it? Angela's hand goes up. And then we talked about this other segment about some chamber magazines, which we produce every year, and we've taken some proposals from some chamber members, and I say, hey, how about a subcommittee on that? Who is interested in being part of that? Angela's hand goes up. Obviously, Angela's hand went up when we were talking about who wants to be on the board of directors? This is Angela's hand. And then we have chamber ambassadors that go out and welcome people at our ribbon cuttings. And whose hand goes up? Angela's does. Angela, welcome to the show. Where do you find time, young lady, to do these things?
Well, I am a professional networker, so my job is to connect with people. I am one of the luckiest people on the planet that I just get to talk to people all day, every day. Of course, I have back office stuff to do with my business, but being involved with all of that feeds my creative outlet. I get to create, and then I get to delegate.
You bet.
So
we like to offer a little arts and crafts opportunity for Angela to take care. And seriously, thank you.
Yes.
Because, not everybody steps up. That is not a slam to those people in any way, shape, or form. But we have needs when these types of things come up. And man, she's a giver. All right, so tell us the Angela Obert story.
Okay, so I'm from the North Metro. I grew up in New Brighton, Moundsview area, graduate from Irondale. Been here my whole life from a huge family. I have 36 first cousins, so
Whoa.
I understand community and being in a group of people of diversity. I understand the dynamics of being in a group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually the oldest granddaughter in all of that, so that tells you a little bit about my role. I still have grandparents alive, so I'm pretty lucky. They're
Wonderful.
in their 90s. Yep, I'm a grandma. I'm a mom. I have a husband. We live in Lino Lake. So being involved in the chamber feeds that family.
Sure.
That family
and it
feeling
is.
for
No,
me.
that's a great point, because it is. In fact, when we get a new member, I will put up on the, I do an email piece to those new members, but then I also put stuff up like on the chamber website and introduce them, and I say, welcome to the chamber family.
Yes.
And it is a family, no question.
It is a family. Yeah, so having Network in Action, the franchise that I purchased, also helps me create that family in a
Sure.
very smaller aspect.
All right, so let's talk about that. What is Network in Action Minnesota?
So Network in Action Minnesota, there's 2 franchise owners in the state, and we're friends, and we help each other out, which is awesome, in collaborating. Network in Action Minnesota is a networking group. We meet once a month. It's category exclusive. And there's no volunteering. We don't have a lot of the rules that some of the other strict networking organizations have. We have no volunteering like we do with the chamber.
Yeah.
I don't have committees or anybody volunteering for leadership roles. There's an agenda for each one. We don't do commercials. It's more about the connection. We pass 1 referral a month. You're only required to come to 11 out of the 12 meetings. We do have a guaranteed return on your investment. We have a lot of fun. We're very close. It's more about human-to-human interaction and showing up as your authentic self before we actually can create some business partners. So we do a lot of activities around being vulnerable.
Yep. No, and that family connection makes total sense to me. And the one thing I've always said as I'm talking to business people is that networking is not selling, it's telling.
Yeah.
And the selling happens, but the telling, it's just this connection with people. Hey, this is who I am, this is what I do. And then from there, I've seen it happen, and it's cool. And I bet Network in Action, you get to see it all the time. So what makes Network in Action unique?
Mostly the human-to-human connection piece, and the agendas that we play in and the activities we do are about being vulnerable. So you get to know each other on a little bit different level than you would in a busier networking group that focuses more on the commercial side or more on the referral side. And not that everybody doesn't get referrals, but teaching and coaching people how to be really, really good about talking about themselves, as well as doing a very clear ask that they've done their homework on who they want to be introduced to, not just, hey, introduce me to a business owner. No, I want to know their name, I want to know their company, and I want to know you tried getting a hold of them. If you didn't, then I'll try and get a hold of them for you.
Right.
But really teaching people to be a little bit more bold if they want to be in business and have those, either a referral partner or a client, they're going to have to do some of the work and know how to do that.
So what value does a Network in Action Minnesota member receive?
So I have once a month, we call it mandatory meeting, that they come to as a member. Otherwise, I also offer 3 other public meetings throughout the month. I just started a new podcast called Connect Cast, and it's for my members to hop on with me and do some talking, which I'm going to talk to you about since you have a background in that.
Yeah.
I also do a monthly momentum lunch, so 2 members from each group get together. We do a small pod similar to a mastermind. I offer them 2 different times to speak in public, so I hold a lot of events, and I do a lot of coaching with them.
I bet.
So it comes with coaching.
Yeah. So
Every member gets that.
What's your favorite part of the business?
The nurturing.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm to a point in my business now where 80% of my time is nurturing the members I have. And they bring members to me. They bring prospects to me already.
I totally believe it.
Yep.
Got to be a lot of success stories involved with Network in Action Minnesota. Do you have one you want to share?
I do. I have a quick one. So I have a member who's a woman who was working for a very large event center company in the Midwest. She was laid off last summer. She was a member of mine for only about 6 months, and she was devastated. And her and I got into a coaching about it, and it turned out it was a huge opportunity for her to start her own business as an executive coordinator. I hired her, so she does some admin work for me. She is now in the group full-time, started her business, her LLC in January, because she already had the community in place. She already had that networking community in place. That network, your chamber, whatever organization you're in, even if things are great, you should still be involved with one, because when stuff goes south,
right,
you have your backup
Yeah.
people, the people that will support you and help you find a job.
Yeah.
Like you just talked about.
Totally.
Yep. So all of her whole success right now in her business in 3 months it's just exceptional how much she's grown, and it's all based on referrals.
Makes you smile, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Bet it does.
Yeah, it almost tears me up.
I bet. All right, so you talked about meetings, you talk about events. Where can a business owner find out about one of those and participate?
I have a calendar of events on my website at niaminnesota.com. You can also go to angelaobert.com. You can email me through there, where you can subscribe to my calendar. You can find me on all social media, Angela Obert or Network in Action Minnesota.
Okay, so you're busy. You volunteer for everything, and I mean everything. What does Angela like to do when you're not working outside of business?
I every morning get up and go to kickboxing and strength training. I do that every day except for Sundays. So if you want to come with me, I'd love to have you come with. It's always fun. I have 3 dogs that all require walks, so I get workout with that.
There you go. Get your steps in.
And hanging out with my family. I have 2 grandbabies and another one on the way, and they are just edible and lovely, and yeah, so
Good
a lot
for
of
you.
family time with my parents and my grandparents. And
Good for you. All right. See those people out there, Angela? There's somebody out there who wants to talk to you, and there might be more than one.
Yes.
There should be. How do they get a hold of you if they want to find out more about Network in Action Minnesota?
you can email me at you can email me at angela@networkinaction.com, or you can call me at 952-681-9501. And you can probably find me on the Chamber website.
You certainly can. Just go to that Chamber Board of Directors page and you will
You'll
get
see
all
me
that
there.
information. It's right there. She is
Yeah.
Angela Obert. She is the franchise owner of Network in Action Minnesota, and she's a Chamber rock star, somebody you should do business with. Angela, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
everything
Pete.
you do.
Thank
you for being here. Come back sometime down the road and let's get an update on what's happening with your groups.
I will.
Sounds good.
I'll
All
be
right,
there.
we're taking a break. When we come back, more member profiles coming up.